Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Those of you who are new, my name is SK and I'm a psychic medium, and I've been doing this series called the Tarot Journey, which is where you can learn more about the major arcana, the meanings of the cards, as well as get a pick a card reading. So right now we are on the Emperor. I'm going to give you a chance to look at the cards and choose your pick a card reading. And then if you want to continue into the meaning of the card, just let it play. Otherwise, you can skip forward to your reading. So this week's reading is going to be for these three groups. So cast your gaze over these cards and choose the one that feels right to you. Trust yourself more and always be discerning. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. The Emperor card represents someone who is large and in charge. He's also, and it's masculine energy. In this card, which is from the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have all these ram heads around his throne, and that represents Aries. There's also mountains in the background, and those mountains represent challenges. He also has this red robe with his armor underneath, ready to go. So this card actually has a lot of red and yellow, which I think is really appropriate because yellow represents who you are and the path ahead. You know, this is very clear with the Emperor. The Emperor knows exactly who he is and how he feels about things. He's very logical. He's a logical planner. He's a leader. He's an authority figure, and sometimes represents law enforcement agencies and government agencies. So I also believe that red is a major element with the Emperor. So red and yellow, I would say, represent the Emperor very well because red has the influences on your family, home, and livelihood. That's survival, you know, what you need for survival. And he's very in charge of all the things that take care of people, you know, making sure that there's a roof over your head. And, you know, he's very proud to provide. And it is actually somewhat of a traditional view in this card. And he actually looks kind of grumpy. So I think that's pretty hilarious. Um, he's definitely ready to protect what is his, what he considers his. And let's see. So when it's in reverse, it can represent an abuse of power. Um, I feel it's a release of that energy. So it can represent, you know, someone else is calling the shots right now because you're you're either allowing it or maybe you're not aware, but it's a chance. If it's in reverse, it's a chance to recognize someone else is in charge of being the leader in your life. So whether you want that or not, it's a chance to look at that. It's an opportunity. So those are the meanings and the reversals of the Emperor. Let's move on to the reading. Hello, Group 1. If you chose this Emperor, this reading is for you. And I am having an overwhelming feeling that you have been in the spin cycle. And it has been difficult, to say the least. You can see there's a lot of black in here, but I'll come back to that. I want to focus on the Emperor right now. You have an intense, passionate energy, and you have an impatience about moving forward and getting out of this cycle. And I don't blame you. It doesn't seem like it's been great. But the great thing about you is that you have persevered and you have been building your empire kind of under the hush hush. You have been doing it secretly, it feels like. You haven't been able to grab the bull by the horns exactly because it feels like there's been some energy that has been interfering, and it's really brought out of a lot of emotional turmoil, not just in you, but maybe the situation is just emotionally difficult to navigate. And so you've been kind of biding your time and trying to figure out how to go forward in in the best case scenario, and for the best of all. You have everyone else in mind as you go forward, because you do have this very in charge, you feel very responsible for not only yourself, but to do the right thing by the situation that you're in. It feels like there might be children involved, or other people involved that you are watching out for, and so you really want to do it to the best of your ability for everyone, including yourself. But you're kind of being selfless in this. So you're holding on to this chess piece, and you're wanting to really play your cards right and play it so that it all works out for the best. And it really looks like this cycle is coming to an end, because you got two nines. So, and also look at the transition here. You go from darkness to moonlight. So you're biding your time. And meanwhile, these flowers are blooming in the dark, as well as these. This is you. You are still extremely strong and colorful and full of life. And it's just been the situation that has really muted things. It's hard to see the beauty of the colorful flower that you are in the dark. So this light is starting to open up for you, and look at where you're headed with all this rainbow, shiny sparkliness, and full bloom, and being appreciated for who you truly are. So there might be some addiction here, either it's yours or someone else's. It feels like coming out of that, and really working hard to come out of that. So there's been a little bit of wounding, actually quite a lot, and you've had to build a fence and build a barrier, but you've also been working on your harvest. So you've been planting seeds, and you've been doing everything in your power to tend this abundance that you do know that you have in your life. So, and it looks like you've had some help, and that's wonderful. So you're going to be harvesting very soon, if you aren't already, at the end of this cycle, because you have death here, and you're going to transmute. You're going to come out of this, and that's the end of that. Just let it go. Do everything you can to let this cycle just be washed away. And yes, you still have the trauma that it caused, but it will be easier and less impactful on you as time goes on. So just have faith in that, and have faith in yourself and your ability to lead and do the right thing by other people, as well as yourself. And remember that you're very important in this picture. So you've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then you've got the Knave of Swords. This was on the bottom of the deck, and I wanted to bring it out because I feel like you're not quite ready to grab this ace and go forward yet. It's going to be there for you when you're ready. And this Knave of Swords is very fast moving, actually. The Knave of Swords moves quickly and is very swift and sure. So this has to do with new ideas and a new way of thinking. And I think you're actually looking for help with that. And you've got this bird here that is very, someone who is knowledgeable and who can fly above this situation and the scene, and give you advice and help you navigate out into this new cycle. And And just, I'm going to pay attention to these. We've got Shadow Mirror, Deep Healing, Understanding, and Seer. Grandmother Moonstone, Cycles of Change, Illuminating Boundaries and New Beginnings. Amethyst and Passion Flower, Violet Flame, Transmuting, Breaking Addictions and Nervous System. So that's what this is about. This death is letting those addictions and things from the past, and maybe, it's even being addicted to a situation, that's you're so used to it that it's hard to imagine that there's a better, like, how that can happen. So just trusting that, yes, there's a better situation, there's a better relationship out there, there's a better world out there, and you will find it, and you will find people to guide you, like this falcon here, giving you guidance, if you want it. So if you allow yourself this openness. So I want to give you a chance to ask an important question that you would like an answer, a yes or no answer to. So take a minute and ask your question to yourself. You can write it down if you'd like, and then I'll pull I'll pull some cards and see what the answer is for you. So take a minute. Okay, actually, two cards came out for you. Um, and look at this. Going down this long corridor, and there's this beautiful greenery, and there's this opening all along the way. So lots of light coming in. And then this one, just wide open out into the sky. The higher self leading you forward. And you're going to have everything that you had hoped for and worked hard for to get there. So the answer is definitely yes. Double yes. Double yes. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Hello, Group 2. You chose this Emperor. This reading is for you, and it is a very interesting reading. So we have Tangerine, Be Spontaneous and Have Fun. It's an 8 when you add it together. We have Mama Coke, Cacao, and Rhodonite. Heart opening, heightened sensitivity, unifying, high on love. You are having a very juicy time right now. It feels extremely juicy and happy and fulfilling, and it definitely feels like you've released, the emperor can be sort of rigid in his rules, and in that masculine, I'm going to get this done the way I want to do it. And you've released a lot of that rigidity, and allowing yourself to have more fun and be spontaneous, and things are juicy right now, like these fruit here, and it's just all this fruit. It just feels abundant and fun, and it's satisfying your passionate side. So you got a lot of cards, and what's really interesting is all of these in reverse. We got a lot in reverse, and the majority of these are these three right here are major arcana. So it feels like you're tired of waiting. You have been waiting on getting some divine guidance, and you know trusting that guidance, and it's just it has not panned out the way you had hoped. So you're going a different direction now, and you're taking charge, and you are large and in charge, and you're feeling really happy because you've taken your power back, and you're done waiting. You're moving forward. And we've got the Knave of Swords, the King of Wands right here underneath, the Tangerine. So, this is very passionate um, and joyful and moving quickly. Lots of great ideas coming in, lots of creative forces, creative juices going on, and you're just feeling really good. And you're also bringing other people into your life, working with other people. It feels like your work is really giving you some joy and satisfaction right now. And that's the Eight of Pentacles here. And this cat is getting all kinds of downloads and creative juices flowing in. And that's because you've taken charge and you've said, I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to find people to work with that we share common interests and we have common goals. And it seems like you've done that really well, because you have the Queen of Chalices and the King of Chalices. And this was at the bottom of the deck. So I just wanted to bring it out because it's just beautiful that you have such emotional support. It feels very emotional. You feel like you're in this state of emotional support, and having people around you who are experienced and knowledgeable, and they have a high emotional maturity. So you feel comfortable with them, you feel safe, like they're not going to backstab you, and they're appreciating your work, actually wanting to see it, and really thrilled with what you have to offer, because your ideas are really sound. And also you're very clear about how you feel about things, and you're very passionate about it. You're not afraid to share this information with them, and they really appreciate that, because they don't want people who aren't highly emotionally evolved. And so they're really listening to you, and opening opportunities and doors for you, and it feels really positive. So congratulations, you've earned this. You have taken charge, just like the Emperor knows how to do. And that number 4, having that stability, that safety, that feeling of safety, like, okay, I've got a support system now. I'm not alone. I'm able to put my ideas out there, and they won't be so rejected. And it's not that you're giving up on divine guidance, but you're just tired of waiting on the universe. It's been slow getting information for you. And so you're trusting yourself. You've looked inward. You're very clear about who you are and what you want. And you're going forward, and you're doing it right. So keep going. You're just doing great. So I want to offer you at the end of this reading now a chance to ask an important question that's a yes or no answer for yourself. So just take a moment. You can write it down, just think about it, whatever's comfortable for you, and then I'll pull a card with an answer for you. Give yourself a second. Okay, that answer is yes, and you're going to have more help. You are not going to be alone going forward into this opportunity. And it feels very creative as well. We've got this orange energy here and this orange here. That's creativity and receiving. That feminine, actually, that Empress energy. So you really have a balance here of Empress and Emperor energy. And you've got the balance of masculine and feminine all the way around. So congratulations. Go forward and enjoy. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Hello, Group 3. If you chose this Emperor, this is your reading. And I think it's pretty funny because this is Mr. Grumpy Pants over here. Um, he's, I know it's supposed to represent Archangel Michael because this is from the angel deck, but I'm not going to, that doesn't really apply in this particular reading. It feels like there has been some dissatisfaction, and you're feeling pretty bored in this card, really unhappy sitting on your throne because it's been kind of lonely and unsatisfying. There's something about this particular card. that it just feels today, it just feels very unsatisfying. And the rest of the cards will kind of tell that story. So I do feel like you are done being completely stable and independent, and you know, you love being independent, but you want someone significant in your life to rejoice and laugh with. And you want people, or, you know, I always get this feeling there's lots of little babies in here just giggling and laughing. And so you definitely want more fun and that joyful exuberance in your life. So this apricot card, in direct contrast with this card, you know, orange is on the opposite side of the color wheel from the violet color, which is interesting because then we have another violet card here, azurite and orchid, Lyran stargate, personal power, healing entanglements, and throat opening. I feel that we're in August right now when I'm recording this. So whenever you watch this, it's fine, because it's a timeless reading. But the Lyran Stargate, I don't know for sure, but I do feel it has something to do with the Lionsgate portal, which is August 8th. And this year it was actually 888. So it was super significant. And I feel like something major shifted for you, for this group. Um, and it's going to be more joyful and fun. And and you've been really wanting that in your life. So that's really cool. Pearl and Larimar is let go, surrender, release, patterns and triggers, Pleiades. So this pearl actually looks like it's almost on fire with this rainbow energy, which is super. I mean, we've got dolphins, which are super joyful. So it just is the perfect contrast, just like these two cards contrast and these two cards are contrasting. So it feels like a major shift has happened for you, and you've really been wanting it. So that is super cool. Um, so we have strength. Oh, and also you have two eights and two twos. So this is a two when you add it together, and then you had at the bottom of the deck you had two of chalices, two of cups. So you definitely want to foster a significant relationship, and put more focus on that in your life. You know, having someone that you can rejoice and laugh with and love, and feel, you know, this joyful energy with. So you know who you are. You are extremely strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. You are just very aware, and you know who you are. So that is a beautiful gift to share with other people, because that clarity will help them in their lives. Just, you know, they can ask you for advice and help, you know, you help them clear out all of the muddiness or uncertainty, because you're so clear and you have a strong sense of justice. You have this Queen of Swords card here, and she's very comfortable, you know, being, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Just being comfortable with her own ideas and her own, you know, that where her ideas come from are connected, and she's able to communicate those. And I feel like you are a great communicator. You just have this very strong throat portal wide open, and you can communicate in such a way that it makes people feel this rainbow energy. It's just, you know, it's kind of magical. It's super magical, actually, not just kind of. And so there's this card is interesting in this deck. I just get such a strong sense of friendly banter, and you know how cats do that little pat thing where they're playfully batting at each other. And there's this kind of, you've recently had some conversations where you have this kind of friendly disagreement, actually. And it's okay, because it's a safe place for you to have that kind of, I mean, you just feel, yeah, man, I'm having trouble getting this out. It just feels like something is major, extremely shifted for you. And yeah, and my throat is even getting kind of scratchy. So it's, you're communicating in a completely different way now. It's like you have transformed your communication, you've transformed your life, and you are being rewarded for that. And there's this, the emperor, and the Four of Wands, which is perfect because the Emperor represents Aries, which is definitely passionate energy and wand energy. So it feels like you want to put that aside. You don't want to be so focused on the kind of stable life that most people want. You're probably not neurodivergent, actually, and you want a completely different kind of life. And you are creating that right now. You got really clear, and you cleared out a lot of things that just weren't right for you. And that's what the Queen of Swords does, is clears things out, uses her sword to clear everything out that doesn't serve the highest good. And you are very, because of this Justice card, you are very clear about how you feel about life, and you don't want bullying, you don't want people disagreeing, you want people to work together. Even if you have different opinions, still work together. You just have this sense of justice. Let's all work together for the highest good for everyone involved. And it feels like you have found a small group of people that you can really celebrate ideas and share all of this information that you all bring to the table, which is really cool. But you just don't want a traditional life. You don't want the kind of life normies want. Sorry to say that, but you just don't. You want something different. You want something unique, something that's truly you. And you have really surrendered those ideas, and you're creating them, the situation that you really want. You're working hard at it. And actually, I actually don't want to say hard. You're actually working smarter. You're trusting your guidance, and you're trusting yourself, you're trusting your experience, and it's really going to benefit your significant relationship. And it's going to feel so calm and peaceful and supportive and fun. And I'm happy for you. You deserve it. You've definitely done the work to discover who you are, and you will keep discovering who you are. But you've let go of rigidity, and you are flowing with things so much better, and in such a way that it's making things more fun. So enjoy that, and then let's take a moment and ask yourself a question, or write it down, a question that has a yes or no answer that you'd like an answer to. And trust yourself that this is right for you. And if it's not, then let it go. But I'm going to pull a card for you, and it will answer that question. So take a moment. Okay, your answer is actually interesting. It's a no on one hand, because this is locked down. This door is locked down. There's actually a lock right there. But there is a window that is open. So, what is that saying? When one door closes, find a window to crawl through. Actually, I don't think it goes that way, but anyway, that's what it feels like. You're going to find a way to circumvent this closed door, because you know it's right for you. It's also orange, like this card. So you are creating this as you go, and you're going to find unique ways to get to the goal that you've set for yourself. And you've probably set more than one, but in answer to your question, you're going to find a different way to get through this opening. So it's a no, but it's going to work out. You're going to get the end result, the one you want, and it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I'd like to crawl through there and see what's on the other side. So that is your reading. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.